on this program.
Ready to step into the future of home design? Crafted for longevity with durable tempered glass and premium hardware finishes, our shower enclosures ensure your home is ready for whatever the year brings. Out with the dated, in with the modern. Experience a bathroom that's as easy to love as it is to clean. Make this your year of style. Contact Camry Glass today and let's start your transformation.
Assalamu alaikum. May the peace and blessings of God be with you. You are viewing The Right Fit on IBN, the Islamic Broadcasting Network. I am your host, Bibi Ajoda, former lecturer at Corinth Teachers College and retired School Supervisor 3 with the Ministry of Education. Join us as we discuss several topics, including education, environment, health, and technology, to name a few. This platform aims to educate you, our viewers out there, through our discussions and questions with our subject matter experts. Today, we are discussing SEA, Secondary Entrance Assessment. Every year, the SEA examination tests not only academics, but courage, resilience, and determination. And today we have the honor of welcoming the top school principal, teacher, and the SEA student of St. Peter's Private Primary School. Let us welcome Ms. Georgette Medford, principal of St. Peter's Private Primary School, in this session. After the break, we will have the class teacher, Ms. Edwards, and the top SEA student, Catherine Ajoda. Ms. Medford, welcome to IBN, The Right Fit.
Thank you, and thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Now, this is a big achievement for you. First of all, let us hear about yourself a little bit so our viewers will know who we are talking to. Congratulations, of course, to you, your staff, all C students, and of course, your top student. But let us hear about yourself a little bit.
Okay, thank you. I am Miss Georgette Medford. I have been an educator for 26 years.
Wow.
26 years in February. It was my 26th anniversary. I am passionate about God, family, and education. And that translates and transfers into everything I do. I have been at the middle management level of education for more than 12 years as a head of department at secondary school, and then as an acting vice principal, and then taking up the challenge to principalship at primary school.
Okay, so you bring a wealth of experience to the school. No wonder your school is the top primary school in Trinidad and Tobago, and that is excellent.
Thank you.
Right? Your school is the top one there, And I want to share some pictures with you, and then you will talk about your school and your student. So guys, we have some pictures from Facebook that Miss Medford will speak to. All right, that's her there. Could you describe what we have there?
Okay, what you're seeing here is our ceremony. There was a ceremony at the Ministry of Education on Friday, the 3rd of July, the day after the SCA results would have been obtained. And on the extreme left, that's Catherine and myself. In the middle photo, it's Catherine and her mom. And on the extreme right would be Catherine, myself, her mom, and two of the line school supervisors of the Victoria district. We have Dr. Rampasad on the extreme left and Mr. Edwin on the right.
Excellent.
So these top performers at SCA would have been honored in that ceremony on Friday at the Ministry of Education's towers.
And I have to congratulate them to having it right after. They didn't
Yes.
wait till it gets stale,
Yes.
as they say.
Yes.
I think we have another slide in this one that's Catherine again, where she wrote her own speech, I understand.
She did. She always does. She always does. It's one of her shining glories.
All right.
She's an excellent orator, and she writes from the heart as well.
Excellent.
Yes.
And that's there, and this is at, as the slides say, at St. Peter's. She was the valedictorian.
She was our valedictorian.
And we'll hear a little piece of that later on. So this was just to show some highlights of your
Yes.
school and the achievements. No, your school, I understand they were glued to TV
Yes.
when the live was on. What does this achievement mean for your school community?
Wow. I need to go back to the start of the academic year before I fully explain what this really means to us. On the 20th of August last year, the school community was shaken. We woke up to the phones, alarms, news of a fire at the school.
Right.
No one knew the extent of the damage until we really were at the scene. When we arrived on the compound on that day, the entire administrative building was burnt. This building would have housed Catherine's classroom.
Wow.
So the grade 5 classrooms would have been housed in that building, as well as a number of washrooms and 2 storage areas. So in one fell swoop, we would have lost the admin space, the students' classrooms, the storage space, right? And it was tragic. It was, talk about a low point. And it was just the week before school was due to reopen. It actually was the day, and then we had gotten the extension by the Ministry of Education so that we opened the week later. What that meant for us is that we were now in a frenzy as to what was going to be happening to the students, what was going to be happening to the curriculum, where was the staff, administrative and principal staff going to be placed. So we started off the academic year on a real all-time low. This achievement means that it says a lot in terms of what can be done when teams work together,
All right.
when there's the right networking, when there's the right attitude to see challenges as stepping stones. So it's a refreshing take on how can you rise from the dust and the ashes,
Yes.
literally and
Phoenix
figuratively.
rising from
Yes.
the ashes.
Yes, literally and figuratively, to achieve this wonderful success. So it brings together all the hard work that would have gone into the disaster that we started with by the grace of God and moved on to this wonderful success. I mean, it is 2 ends of the spectrum, starting at a very low and ending the academic year on an all-time high.
Excellent. And that speaks, as you say, for teamwork and community
Yes.
and your school and your NGOs around. And I know the new classroom, what it looked like, brand new classroom they
yes.
had being there. And now we reach this critical point. Tell us a little bit about your SEA student, your top SEA student.
Oh, well, Catherine would have been one of the students from prep all the way up to grade 5 who would have been excelling at all areas at all levels, academically, through extracurricular and through co-curricular activities. She is really, we usually give a prize for graduation, apart from the valedictorian and the most outstanding student, the principal's prize, the principal's award, which is really an award that not only celebrates academics, but it celebrates the student who is the epitome of St. Peter's, of the school. And I'm proud to say that Catherine was the recipient of that award in this year's graduation.
Excellent.
So apart from being our valedictorian and graduating as a scholar in mathematics, language arts, and creative writing at the school level, she also won the Principal's Award. That speaks volumes in terms of she is an exemplar, the type of student who all students should aspire to be. And what stood out to me with Catherine over her SEA journey particularly, although she was in a space where she was competing for her own placement, Catherine took it upon herself to assist the members of her class without the input of myself, the teacher, parents. She is really that type of child who gives back. And this is the type of student we want to see our citizens become.
Citizens of this country.
Correct.
To give back.
Yes.
And in giving you receive. So she gave and she got.
And she really received.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your school, I mean, is excellent. It's number one, I said, in the country. Let's hope you make it back in 2026.
Yes.
What does the school, how the school nurture, well, you talk about Catherine, excellence and discipline. How do you treat the students to get them to this point?
So our motto is perseverance is the key to success. And we take that to heart. In terms of the mentoring of our students, it really starts with the staff. And it starts all the way from prep. So we have a preparatory level, which is one level. And then we have the primary school, first year, 2 levels at each level. So we have 2 first year classes, 2 second year classes, 2 grade 1 classes, and so on. Teachers, you know, we often talk about teachers having that duty of care. We often talk about teachers being dedicated. We often talk about staff raising the village that raises the child. So in terms of St. Peter's, it really is a fine example of all of these principles. We have people who go beyond the call of duty. Parents reach out to students, to teachers, over the weekend. Parents reach out on afternoons, over the vacation. And I have yet to see a teacher say, listen, this is my off time, I am not to be disturbed. Because really and truly, that's what education is about. It doesn't stop within the walls of the classroom. It's all consuming. And our school takes that to a different level. A lot of schools talk about holistic education.
Correct. Yes.
We walk the walk. We
Yes,
don't just talk the talk.
Right.
In terms of co- and extracurricular activities, we have a lot of activities to mold the child into becoming not only an academic success, but an all-round success.
A well-rounded child, as we would say in the ministry.
Yes.
And, you know, sometimes you will have some children who would struggle emotional or whatever, especially during SEA. SEA is not an easy exam. I can tell you that, by no means. What support do you lend, or how do you go about struggling them, whether it's academically or emotionally?
So thankfully, we have resources in the person of our school counselor.
All right.
What she does is she disseminates the social emotional learning curriculum. However, she also assists in terms of where the need lies for social emotional learning. For example, for SEA, she would have done a number of workshops with the
Okay.
students that were themed towards study skills, dealing with stress, self-regulation in terms of emotional issues, because you know it's a high stress time.
Extremely high stress.
Yes.
Yes.
And she does it not only with the students, but with the parents as well. She's there for the teachers. She's there for me sometimes. Sometimes I say, Miss, I need to talk to you. Things are getting a little too much heat in the kitchen. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
yes, we understand that.
Yeah, so I liken it to the SSSD system where, you know, in the secondary school, we would have had the school guidance counselor,
right.
as well as the school social worker. So we really utilize her services a lot, and the parental involvement is also key in terms of parents coming to us, relaying what the signs of these stresses may be,
Right.
and us giving them advice on in terms of what you can do. We also have partnered with certain companies, our neighbors across the road from the school, Peepsel, who, you know, they too have been indicating that they would like to be on board in terms of doing workshops with the students and the parenting body in terms of managing daily stress, SEA stress, home life, home school balance, home work balance. So it's really an outreach of persons that we have that we can lean on in times when we need to.
Excellent, because that's what contributes to the well-being of everybody.
Correct.
And I repeat, a village to raise a child.
Yes,
Parents,
yes.
teachers, and even NGOs are packed there.
Yes.
Yeah. And as a principal now, what philosophy guides your leadership when it comes to student development?
Everyone can be a success through education.
Good one.
Right? I firmly believe one of my uncles would have told me this just before I would have written back then common entrance. Not to date myself, but that's what we used to call it back then.
Right.
You need a ticket to board the bus of life.
Okay.
And education is your ticket to board the bus of life.
I think you need to repeat that for the parents for Trinidad and Tobago to understand the importance of education. And hence this program is geared towards educating the viewers out there.
Sure. So education is your ticket to board the bus of life.
Excellent. I like that. So that's your philosophy. You go on and you walk again the talk. You don't
Yes.
just talk about it. So you're there in the school. What improvements have you implemented that may have contributed again to your school success this year?
As you would have mentioned, you know, coming in with that wealth of experience and skills and qualifications from the secondary school environment, I would have implemented several teams at the school. So I would have structured, the school had the structure in place for heads of departments to work alongside the principal, because we have no vice principal at the school.
Right. Okay. That's one to note.
Yes. So it's a heavy top layer in terms of principal with the ultimate responsibility for heads of department and then the members of staff. So moving the heads of department from simply heads of department into a management team. So what I would have taken from the secondary school is I would have taken that example where we would have had a middle management team.
Right.
So the heads of department now became my middle management team. In addition to that, I would have implemented, again from my experience at secondary, a curriculum intervention team.
Wow.
And that curriculum intervention team, it consists of the heads of department, the school counselor, and the teachers at the time. So let's say it's an issue where we need intervention at the at the first year level. We have a teacher at the first year level who is skilled in special education needs.
Right.
So she would be brought on board. We have a teacher at the prep level as well, who is skilled in special education needs. So we enact or adopt persons based on the needs of the curriculum intervention team as we go along, based on the strengths of the staff.
Smart choice and good structure.
Yes.
And like you say, you have process, you have structure,
Yes.
you have team, all from project management.
Yes.
All the skills that is needed, and you are able to pull your resources at the right time and the right place.
Yes.
Which is excellent. Which brings me to the next question. What message you would like to share? Your school is top and is performing well. Maybe schools looking out there, principals looking out there, ministry officials looking out there. What message you would like to share with other schools in Trinidad and Tobago?
I always take with me this virtue that I've learned when I was doing my postgraduate diploma in educational administration. You have the opportunity to make changes within your sphere of influence. So for schools, for leadership, for principals, for teachers, what constitutes your sphere of leadership? Or what constitutes your sphere of influence? What can I influence? Can I only influence this class? If I am the class teacher and my influence is this class, what type of influence do I want to have in this class? Is it a positive one? Is it a negative one? If it's a positive influence, what can I do? What steps can I take? Who can I bring on board to assist me in reaching or fulfilling this goal? So that is one of the strategies that I would have always taken with me from that experience with the postgraduate diploma in education. Don't wait on the world to change things. Be that, and I think it was Mahatma Gandhi who would have said it.
That you'd want to
yes,
be.
and
Yes.
that is, while it may seem as an easy thing, it is not. But small steps make the difference in great things. I had heard a quote once, from small things now, great things one day come.
Of course.
So if we take those small measures, and for principals, it's a long, difficult road at times. You know, most times we are digging in the trenches, working in the vineyard, and nobody sees the things that would have been done or that are being done to contribute to the success. But the success comes, and when it comes, it's just a fleeting moment, because after the success, work continues as normal.
Of course.
So to schools out there and principals and leaders, I would like to say, take every opportunity that you can to make a positive difference. Encourage who you can encourage. Train who you can train. We are only in this life for a short space of time. And whatever mark we leave, it must be a mark that our children and that we ourselves must be proud of.
And of course, primary school is the foundation of a child's life.
Correct.
So making an indelible mark will carry that child throughout
Definitely.
their lives.
Definitely.
Okay. And you have celebration. How does your school celebrate achievements while keeping them grounded?
Well, we have very lively assemblies.
Yes.
So at our assembly, we celebrate birthdays, we celebrate other achievements. A number of our students would have participated in national events.
Right.
Sometimes a swim meet is on a Sunday.
Okay.
They come in with their medals and their trophies on the Monday. We have tried to kind of curtail it so that the celebration of the overall achievement takes place at a Friday's assembly. But sometimes that changes due to, time constraints, experiences, things that happen in the school or are on the calendar of events. What we do is we ensure that students are recognized by their peers. So in that way, we create the type of environment where excellence breeds excellence.
Correct.
And it also provides other students with the opportunity to see students excelling not only in school but out of school.
Right.
And this could only be done because of the partnership with parents. So parents who have been taking an interest in their students' lives, we see the rewards of that in terms of it permeates all throughout their school life.
Correct. And you know, that's so important, and we have to congratulate your parents.
Yes.
And we have to appeal for the parents out there.
Yes.
Be a part of your child's life throughout
Correct.
their education.
Correct.
Because that will certainly make a good partnership and success in
Correct.
whatever form or fashion they choose to do. How do you plan to build on this big achievement for future cohorts?
Well, you know, last year when we topped when we topped the country, people were saying, "So, Miss, what is going to happen next year?" And you know, when you are grounded in spirituality, and you know that things in this world, there are things in this world that's beyond our control. We just do what we have to do and let God take the rest.
Of course,
you know. So,
yes.
in terms of this success, we want to grow from strength to strength. We keep measuring our success against ourselves.
Yep.
So that is helping to keep us on the right track in terms of we would have topped the country last year, but did we actually do better this year at SEA than we did last year? And looking at our results, doing a preliminary analysis, I could say that we have outdone our performance at the 2025 SEA level when I looked at the numbers
Wow,
and the data.
so good news to come again.
Well, we are praying.
We are not saying anything. We just said
yes.
good news, something to look forward again for
Yes.
celebrations.
Yes.
And are there any new initiatives you expect from your school in the upcoming academic year?
In the upcoming year, we plan on what we've also developed is an at-risk program in terms of we have started drilling down into students who have the potential, but because of possibly a learning disability, issues at home, because you know when people hear private school, they think, they have no problems.
Yep.
It's life in paradise. But we have the same issues that other school communities will have.
Yes.
So what we have been doing, which I intend to strengthen for the upcoming academic year, is our focus on our at-risk students.
Excellent.
Yes.
Because we're talking about all the achievements, but you are
Yes.
still going to focus on those at risk.
Yes.
And this time just went, you realize that?
Yes, time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly so.
Yes.
Very interesting. So in closing, what message you want to say to other principals out there?
Leadership is a sacred opportunity to be an example to others. We have to take our leadership roles as principals very seriously. We have to look at how we can influence positive change and also how we can be the best example to our staff, our students, and the wider community, and mold students who become productive citizens of our lovely Twin Island.
Well said. Ms. Medford, I thank you tremendously for coming on with me. I know you had to cancel appointments,
Yes,
but
I
I do
did.
appreciate you being here. And again, congratulations on your school, yourself, your teachers, and your students who we're going to have in a while. So we'll
you.
take a break for a good cause and stay right there. You're watching The Right Fit with SCA St. Peter's Primary School. So after the break, we'll hear from teacher Miss Edwards and Catherine Ajuda.
Ready to step into the future of home design? Crafted for longevity with durable tempered glass and premium hardware finishes, our shower enclosures ensure your home is ready for whatever the year brings. Out with the dated, in with the modern. Experience a bathroom that's as easy to love as it is to clean. Make this your year of style. Contact Camry Glass today and let's start your transformation.
Never too early, never too late to recharge and hydrate. Get your daily dose the right way. Grab an Oasis, now why wait? Never too early, never too late to recharge and hydrate. Get your daily dose the right way. Grab an Oasis, now why wait? The greatest, the safest, Oasis for sure. Oasis, it's purer than pure.
Fruitopia, the drink that rocks your lunchtime. Fruitopia, Fruitopia, it's a drink that's hype. The citrus punch, fruit punch tastes nice. Guava, pineapple, that give me a vibe. We no want nothing less compared to the rest. Fruitopia the best. Punch any test when it comes to the test. Perfect thing for my lunch. Flavors pack a punch. Fruitopia, Fruitopia, it's a drink that's hype. The citrus punch, fruit punch tastes nice. Fruitopia, the drink that rocks your lunchtime.
Try our new passion fruit flavor today. Taste the passion.
Welcome back. You're viewing IBN, The Right Fit, and today we are featuring St. Peter's Private Primary School. We spoke with the principal, and now we're going to talk to the grade 5 teacher, Miss Edwards, and one of the top SEA students, Miss Catherine Alexandria Ajoda. Welcome, ladies, to the IBN.
Thank you.
Ms. Edwards, let's start with you. First of all, congratulations on your C results. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your teaching career.
Well, I am Mrs. Retta Hiller Edwards, with over 35 years experience in the education system and over 12 years experience teaching 4-5.
Wow.
Retired from St. Gabriel's Girls RC as a head of department and a teacher in the 4-5 department. And I am on to my next journey at St. Peter's Private Primary.
Excellent. So we see all these expertise and experience lending and shaping St. Peter's.
Yes.
Catherine, congratulations on your C results. Tell us about yourself a little bit. So other students looking there, other parents want to know, who is this child?
My name is Catherine Ajoda. I'm a 12-year-old SEA performer and graduate of St. Peter's Private Primary School, who is now enrolled in Form 1 at Naparima Girls High School. I enjoy reading and engaging in musical activities.
Excellent. And we're going to see a little musical clip coming up. So they would see, as Miss Georgia had said, Medford, that all you walk the talk, not only talk the talk, okay? So, Ms. Edwards, how do you feel about your SEA class and now your top student?
I'm extremely elated, I'm extremely pleased, impressed. Some of the students surprised me, they also surprised themselves. So it's a good experience, a good feeling, a feeling of euphoria.
Excellent,
Yes.
excellent. And Catherine, how you feel when you saw your SEA results?
Initially, like Ms. Edwards, I felt a wave of euphoria wash over me because I finally realized that all the hard work and the commitment paid off. So I was immeasurably thankful to God, of course, and relieved that I achieved the results that I did.
Excellent. And she's well spoken, huh? Were you expecting these results, Catherine?
Honestly, no, not entirely. I wasn't entirely expecting the results. Although I was confident in what I was taught by my teachers and the school, it still came as a shock.
Okay, very meek. And who was the first person you shared the news with? And what was their reaction?
The first person I shared the news with, besides my mother, who was there in the moment, was my older brother, Joshua Ajoda. He immediately congratulated me on my results and expressed his pride. And I was honored to make him proud because I love my brother, he's been my sibling, and I'm so thankful to have him all these years.
Kudos to Joshua out there. Ms. Edwards, let's talk about the C preparation. Like I said before, C is no bed of roses, no easier. What was the overall atmosphere in your classroom throughout SEA prep?
Throughout the preparation, we had a mixture of emotions, a mixture of feelings, a mixture of atmospheres. Catherine could attest to this. I tried to make learning as light-hearted and fun as possible. So most times you would have the students cracking up over some nonsense I would be doing in class. Because C is a tense moment, and you try to get the students to come out of that tense feeling, that stressful feeling. So I always try to break the ice. I always try. So I would say I was a class clown, but I always try to make the moment light for them. We had our challenges. No two children are alike. So it was a class of mixed abilities. So you always struggled to reach the child who would have been the weaker child. But generally, we had great interaction in the classroom in preparation for SE.
Made this class stand out? We can understand they did extremely well. What qualities there? You know, teachers looking on, so children looking on, learning from this. What qualities that made this class stand out to you?
What I felt made this class stand out to me was the fact that each person was the other's cheerleader. They never begrudged each other of their
Accomplishments.
Excellent.
If one child accomplished something, everybody pat on the back, good luck, congratulations. Catherine, I was so surprised. One of the students came up to me and she indicated, and this was after writing the essay, Miss, do you know that Catherine tutored me?
Oh.
She tutored me and like that. Nobody told her to do this. And it was only after the fact that I knew. The child reached out and Catherine just reciprocated and lent her hand.
Excellent.
They just were each other's keeper.
And you know, that is so good. Instead of, you know, fighting each other,
Yes.
they worked together and they were each other's keepers. Excellent. Catherine, I think you're still tutoring, are you?
Not quite. Most of my friends, they're over with SEA, but I do have a cousin that I tutor on Fridays with mathematics.
You see, Miss, she's still tutoring,
Very
eh?
good, very good.
All right. And tell us about some of the activities you were involved with, perhaps during SCA, to pursuing SCA, and what about it? What some of the activities?
As I said, I enjoyed playing the piano and engaging in making all kinds of art. That's my passion. I'm currently doing grade 3 piano at BP Music Studio,
Right.
and I aspire to reach the grade 8 level eventually.
And you think she'll reach grade 8?
Definitely, without a doubt.
And we're going to have a piece played for cue up there, her piano piece that she played. So we're showing the audience there. It's not talk, it's actually playing the piano. And we cue up that one, a music clip where she's playing the piano for her. And what does the Royal School?
ABRSM, yes.
Tell us what is ABRS? All right.
It's a Royal School, and I received the certificate for the grade 1 and 2 levels. The exam that will be shown would have been the practical grade 2 level.
Okay.
And I'm currently working on 4 practical pieces for the grade 3 level.
Okay, so we're coming up with the video on Catherine playing the piano, and that should come up in a while. Guys out there, here we go.
Catherine Ajoda, and today I will be performing my grade 2 piano
Audio.
pieces in the following order. 1. Gavotte in F by J.L. Dissek. 2.
We're not
Pancake
getting
Love
the
Song,
audio.
Traditional Chinese.
So we'll have
3.
to.
Daydream by Christina
Stick.
Arakelian. And 4. Mozzie by Elisa Amai.
Okay, so that was Catherine's piece for grade 2 music. So Ms. Edwards, when did you first notice something special about your top SCA student, Catherine?
I would have to say there was a moment in grade 4 when Catherine represented the class at our annual spelling bee competition. So after she was selected, so here am I, the teacher, deciding to call my student up to give her some tips on preparing for the finals of the spelling bee. But before giving her my tips, I decided to ask her, so what are you doing in order to prepare? And she indicated to me, well, miss, I am eliminating the words that I know already, and then I'm going to focus on the words that I don't know. So in my mind, I had nothing to tell her because she knew what she was about. So at that moment, I said to myself, I need to watch this one because she would have already indicated to me what her first choice would be. Because usually, at the beginning of every term, I would ask the students to create a vision board for the term.
Right.
And the first vision board that they had to create in grade 4, they were focusing on SEA. And she told me that she wanted to go to Naparima Girls High School. So every term we create vision boards. And I just knew I hadn't to watch her, she had something special. She knew what she was about.
And you alluded to some of her strengths or habits. What set her apart in that classroom there?
Humility.
Excellent.
If I have to say one word, humility. She was on top of her game. She knew her content, but she was never boastful. She was always willing to lend assistance to a child who probably couldn't understand the concept as fast as she would have. So humility set her apart.
Wow. And you were in the class there. What's any teaching methods, strategies helped your students succeed? Were there any innovative techniques you introduced this year that made a difference?
I am not sure if it is an innovative technique, but what I felt worked for these students, I told them that in mathematics, there's no one way to solve a problem. So I always encouraged them to share a strange technique, a new method in solving a problem. So they would always go up on the board, share, and that worked. Because a child who may understand one strategy may be exposed to a new strategy, which may be simpler, and would be willing to try that strategy.
And as you said, being an educator,
Yes.
children learn differently.
Exactly.
And sometimes when one child teaches another child, it helps.
They learn better from their peers.
Peers, correct.
Yes.
And that's what you alluded to. She was able to do that as well. And how did you balance covering the syllabus with building confidence and stress and getting to the point of SEA?
Well, as I said, we had this thing every term. We created a vision for that particular term. So we weren't looking at the long-term goals. We were looking at short-term goals, and not just for academics, for any extracurricular activities that they would have been involved in. We also looked at 3 days a week, we would not have General Assembly. So during those times, we would have talks.
Yeah.
I always spoke to them about whatever you're doing here, it's not just for you. You have to look at your family's name. Whatever you're doing, it's for the honor of your family's name. I always talk about putting God first, telling them about no child left behind.
Exactly.
I always ask them, I don't want God to vex with me. So every child has to get it. These are the little things that would, if I have to speak on it, would come out during our teaching learning sessions.
So it wasn't just work and academic.
No,
it was all-rounded, as Ms. Medford alluded to. So, Catherine, what study routine? Children looking, a parent from the school called me to find out what Catherine eats, what she does. What study routine helped you the most during your SCA prep?
For me, following a timetable and reviewing notes and practicing past papers especially were all important keys to my study routine. I also reviewed my mistakes so that I can learn from them for future exams and for, of course, the final exam, SE.
And good tip for other students out there, right?
Yes.
Very good tip. So can you repeat and watch your camera and tell them that students out there, that you need to look at your mistakes. Okay. So, Ms. Edwards, how important was the role of parents? And I heard immensely about parents from Ms. Medford, but you were dealing on a one-to-one in the class. What advice would you give to consistently give to parents during the SCA journey especially?
During the SCA journey, parents really need to communicate with the class teacher to determine if there are any challenges, if there are any issues, whether it's academic, whether it's social, emotional, any issues that their child may have. Because this is important in order to keep the child on the right track.
Correct.
So they need to communicate with the teacher to determine if there are any issues.
Because you may see something and the parent may not see
Exactly.
it. Right. So if you have that close relationship there with them, you can, alert
Advise,
them,
yes.
advise, look, you better check this or that. Okay, Catherine, now we're talking about parents, and what role did your family and friends play during exam season?
Of course, all of my family were incredibly supportive. Both my parents' love and guidance and unwavering belief in me is what gave me the confidence and the determination to persevere. As for my friends, those children were also like my second family during SEA. They were, I would say, the only ones who could make the most stressful day feel easier in seconds. With
Okay.
their laughs and their happiness and the atmosphere and dynamic around them. It was really great to be around. I don't think I could have made it through the SEA without them.
Excellent, and she didn't leave her friends out.
Exactly.
Exactly so. So, Ms. Edwards, I mean, everything we have challenges and breakthroughs. Were there any challenges or challenge that your class faced, and how was or were you solved it, or they solved
I
it?
think the biggest challenge would have been the loss of our grade 5 building,
Okay.
because our building also went up in the fire.
All right, Mrs.
And when
Medford
the
said so.
students came back out, some of them expressed anxiety at losing the building, where we were at. Sometimes there was one of the fire alarms. It kept beeping.
Oh, my.
So some of them were a bit anxious. I wouldn't say scared, anxious about those moments. Basically, that's it.
Okay.
But the children, they handled the exam and preparation quite well.
We could tell because of your results. They
handled
managed
it
through
quite well, yes.
the challenge. Catherine, what advice would you give to parents about SEA students? You know, some of them, they're like a helicopter, always say. Some of them, we don't know what. So from a student perspective and point of view, and you and your friends, I know, would have communicated with each other. So let me hear what advice you want to give parents.
Based on my experience, I would advise to avoid putting the additional pressure on students when they're preparing for the exam. I would say it's important to listen to how they feel and acknowledge any stress they may be going under, rather than only reassuring them that you're proud of them and all will be fine, even though it is true. Offering the support and the guidance and the encouragement would help the student feel more heard and help them with their exam stress.
Okay, so don't parents tip here, don't say yes, you will be fine all the time. Okay, just do a little more in action then, all right? And that's from the student here. Ms. Edwards, what role, well, you talked about it, did fun, creativity, local traditions play in keeping students engaged? Any specific item you want to talk about here?
Specific item, I am just looking at keeping them sharing. I also did group work. I put them in groups, mixed groups,
Right.
students of mixed abilities.
Excellent.
So you had each one teach one. You
Right.
had the weaker ones leaning on the stronger ones.
Right.
That also played a key part, a key role in prepping the students for SEA.
And good classroom strategy, if I
Yes,
may add.
yes, okay.
You see, you looked at what you have there and they look and see what the
Use this-
needs assessment, and then
Exactly.
you work
And
towards
use
it.
the strengths
Yep.
of the stronger children to assist the weaker ones. So they don't have miss hovering over them.
Right.
Sometimes they get fed up of hearing the teacher's voice. Yes, they do. But listening to their peers.
They would listen.
Yes.
Excellent. So, Catherine, you want to share any fun moments you had in Miss Edwards' class?
For me, most of the moments where the children can sort of let loose and just for a moment forget about the exam stress with the teacher and with our peers, where we could spend time together and really bond. All of those moments were the moments that we have to treasure and cherish because they don't come back often.
Excellent. And your classmates, I know, would be looking on and hearing you cheer them on as well today as you talk about it. And what kept you motivated in days when, you felt too much, too difficult? I mean, not every day was just okay. Some days you may have felt a little
Yes.
bit. What kept you going?
On these days, I really reminded myself of my goals and the vitality of studying to achieve them. So, a quote, "The cost of discipline is far less than the cost of regret." That's what truly helped me to persevere on tough days. As per my school motto, perseverance, the key to success, is really a beautiful display of that.
Excellent, excellent. I'm sure your teacher and your principal are still proud of you.
Quite
yet.
proud, quite proud.
What's one lesson SEA taught you about yourself?
A lesson SEA taught me about myself would be that I am capable of achieving my difficult goals, but that's not by myself. It's only through the hard work, the discipline, and the support of family and my friends, of course.
Excellent, excellent. And everybody you're talking about teamwork is
Yes,
dream work,
yes.
right? Makes dream work. So, Ms. Edwards, what changes or improvements would you like to see in SEA preparation across the country?
Across the country, I would like the stress to be taken off of the students.
Oh, yes.
And the only way we could do that, I know that may not happen now, is to look at the structure of the exam. Probably we need to look at how many secondary places we have, improve on some of the secondary schools so that parents will want their students, or they would not have a fear of their student going to a particular secondary school. Because that is what creates the stress. Parents would like their students to go to certain schools because of probably the ethos of the schools, or probably they feel that their child would be safer. So if we create a better environment
In all the schools.
exactly in all of the secondary schools, parents will not put that stress on their children to want to go to a particular school.
And I might add, sometimes, well, perhaps not in your case, parents down on the child, you have to do good and you have to pass for the school X,
That
Y,
is
and
very
Z,
true.
and the so-called prestige
Prestige
schools.
schools, yes.
And, every child is different. The 18,000 students, they are all different. They are all not meant to be doctors, lawyers, whatever. They have skills which are so important now. And parents have to come to that realization. The ministry has lots of work to do. I know that,
Yes.
former ministry official. And I think they're trying to do continuous assessment.
Yes, they are.
To lessen the burden on that child writing.
For that final
Imagine
exam.
a child 12 years writing a 3-hour exam. Only yesterday, a friend called me to congratulate me on my granddaughter, Catherine. And same thing, SEA is the most difficult exam any child will write. And I agree with her.
Definitely.
It's
Very true.
too much of stress, and we need to consider that and see how best we adjust the exam, the system, and it will not be overnight. But I share that with you.
Yes.
What's one thing your students taught you this year?
That anything is possible through Christ. Because I would share this with you. Every morning I go to school. Before I leave my vehicle, I sit down and ask for guidance to reach the weakest student. Because yes, you have your student who is excelling, but you want to reach the student who may not be able to grasp a concept as fast.
They're all different.
Exactly.
Yep.
So you ask for guidance to reach the weakest students so that you could get the whole class on board.
Exactly.
You don't want to leave any child behind.
Okay. So,
Great.
Catherine, we're going to bring up a clip now. Some of your long-term dreams, and you said that in your valedictory speech at your school. So whilst they cue it up, we would ask you I'm going to ask you the questions, what is your long-term goal? But I hear it quite clearly in this piece of the speech at the end of your speech at valedictory function. So guys, cue up that one and we show it to the audience, all right?
The power of our dreams, our choices, and our potential. The future is not something we wait for. It's something we create. When your dreams come alive, you're no longer imagining what could be, but will becoming who you are meant to be. In keeping with today's theme, I would like to share some of the dreams I hope we continue to hold as the class of 2026. I have a dream that we will chase our passions and be the change we want to see in this world. I have a dream that we will never lose the curiosity we found in these classrooms and leave only our fears behind. I have a dream that every no, every failure we ever faced would only push us to work harder.
So we hear about your dream and all the SCA, and we are getting closer to the end. Yes, your time flies. And if C were a movie, what would you be the title be?
Okay, that is actually a funny question because I remember on the day of results, one of my friend's parents, they came up to us and they told us it's the final countdown. And I thought to myself, that is a perfect depiction of what the final days of SCA felt like, because the final days leading up to the exam, as you were saying, it flew by so quickly compared to our years of preparation. So I would say a cinematic title would be The Final Countdown.
Sounds excellent. Miss Edwards, what message would you like to say to other SCA teachers? You can look at the camera and talk to them.
I would like to tell all SCA teachers that each child is capable of achieving their goal. Each child's goal is going to be different. And we as educators need to take this vocation of teaching as a journey of love, a journey of heart, in order to help each child achieve their goal.
Excellent. Catherine, what would you say to other SCA students? Look at your camera and tell them what you would want to say to them.
A message to SCA students. As you prepare for your final exam, believe in yourself and trust in the strenuous work that I know you've put in. Stay focused, perform to the best of your abilities, and remember to read each question carefully. Stay calm, think positively, and give it your all. No matter the outcome, be proud of your efforts and never stop believing in your dreams.
Thank you so much for being here. And this brings us to the end, and I told her before, time just go in nice conversation, good fun conversations here. So we were discussing SCA, and I want to thank Almighty God for this opportunity. Thank our viewers for joining us here, and much appreciation to my guests, Miss Medford, Miss Edwards, and Miss Catherine. And Catherine, everybody will know, is my granddaughter, and I am proud of her. Many thanks to the management and staff behind the scene, Brother Siddiq and Siddiqa. I want to take the opportunity again to congratulate all SCA students, their parents, guardians, grandparents, teachers, and principal. Tonight we had the privilege of hearing from one of our nation's brightest young minds, a student whose hard work, discipline, determination reminding us what is possible when talent meets support and opportunity. C is never just an exam, it's an opportunity filled with early mornings, late nights, pressure, sacrifice, and hope. And today we celebrate not only the results, but the resilience behind them. Join us again next Monday at 8 p.m. with a rerun on Saturday. And again, thanks and congratulations to St. Peter's Private Primary School. We look forward to see you top the country again. Assalamu alaikum. Good night.